Alright, chat. It's time to finish up the case. I don't know how quick this is going to be because last time it took me a bit of time. Oh boy, here we go. Now I need to figure out which window this belongs to. I'm starting to understand the issue here. So chat, the window capture for busy person and Aya here is the exact same. So when I shrink busy person to fit, Aya shrinks too small. But if I set Aya to fit, it makes busy person too big. So there we go. I have figured it out. Music should be good. If you finish it quickly, you can give Koichi another go. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. I'm Satori'd out for the day, alright? No more Underworlders for a little bit. Oh god, I saved, right? Oh, thank god. Oh, for a second there, I thought I didn't save where I needed to. I don't have any cold water, chat, so that's great. August 29th, Shameimaru and Co. Law Office. Begin. Good morning, Aya. Morning. You don't seem well today. That's because even though we managed to extend the trial for another day, I have no idea who the culprit could be. Just who did it? But there aren't that many connected to the case. Can we narrow down a list of suspects? Why not just blame Kaguya? I guess. But no one has a clear motive. Except Kaguya. I suppose you're right. It's hard to see Miss Rayson doing it, as she's the Miss Yakokoro's helper, and I don't know the relationship between them and Miss Konpaku or Miss Sayoji. It's rumored that the latter two were involved in the Eternal Night incident. But that's all it is, a rumor. It would be best to question its accuracy. Well, why not try relaxing for a bit with some tea, like usual? Chat, I feel like the one of the most serious incidents to happen in Gensokyo is the Eternal Night incident. Just think about the characters who set out to fix it. Because when you go about in Touhou 6, it's just Reimu and Marissa, right? Touhou 7, it's basically the same thing. Marissa, Reimu, and it's a pretty big deal. But then in Touhou 8, it's like, alright, so you have all the yokai parties involved. Even Yukari is helping. And maybe that didn't mean much back in the day, because she was new. Of course she was going to show up, right? But Yukari coming down to actually assist with an incident probably means it's a big deal. Because the whole idea of the moon was that the moon is what gives the yokai their power. And Eren created a fake moon in place of the real moon to hide them, which caused major issues with yokai power, I guess. Something like that. So they all stepped in to stop it. The only other games Yukari shows up in is 7.5 and like 15.5. And I guess 10.5. But 7.5 wasn't really that serious. 10.5 was kind of serious, slightly. 15.5 was definitely an issue as well, but I feel like the Touhou 8 incident was the most impactful one in the entire series. Only the fighting games. Well, the fighting game 7.5's story is not that massive. It's just Suika making people party all the time, which isn't as bad as, well, think about it. What are the other ones? The plot of 14.5 is probably the most severe. The whole urban legend stuff, risking the barrier's integrity. Sumireko. Why not try relaxing for a bit with some tea like usual? We don't have time for that. The trial is starting much earlier today. Oh, I see. In that case, let's head out at once. Oh boy. The only problem is I don't know where we should head out to. Well, UNL isn't really a story, more so it's just little tidbits of characters that don't amount to anything in the actual story of SWR. Alright, talk to me, dog. I know I said there aren't many related to the case earlier, but I could be mistaken. Really? Why? There were only 4 people who were at Ayante the day of the incident, correct? However, if the actual switch happened at, for example, Miss Fujiwara's hut, wouldn't that add a list of suspects? It doesn't look like a terribly secure place, huh? That could be a possibility. First, we should talk to Miss Yakokoro and then Miss Aisen later. Sounds like a plan. That's my Momiji. She's always there to find a path when I'm in trouble. You couldn't ask for a more loyal guide dog. Wolf. I'm helping. This is the Momiji show now. Was the giant robot even real? Wasn't it just a subject of Sanai's fantasies? Miss Yakokoro, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Oh my, you're here early today. That's because the trial is starting earlier today. But she still looks as cool as ever. Most people would start to show signs of fatigue by now. Miss Yakokoro, may I ask what you were doing? This, I am merely keeping a diary of my time here. It is not every day that one is held on trial and made to stay in a cell. Well, I suppose you're right. If I am found innocent, I shall grant this to you. Yes, please. An exclusive story will do wonders for it. Aya, have you forgotten why you're doing this? Right, to sell more newspapers. Have you forgotten? Guess that was your motive for bringing this whole trial system up in the first place, huh? Alright. There was the Goliath doll. The catfish didn't... The thing about the catfish that's weird is it was in Mei Ling's dream, right? So it didn't exist. But then it came back in 15.5 at the end of the extra stage, which was just confusing. Because does that mean it's real? Or are you telling me that, like, Jun was tripping up in space or something? Like, is the catfish real or not? Was she in the dream world? If she was, that would make a lot more sense. About the medicine that was placed in Miss Fujiwara's hut, is it possible that it was switched for somewhere? It was switched somewhere other than Aante. No, in fact, it's rather impossible. Really? Why do you say so? Or else would you obtain the medicine to replace it? And there is the matter of the bags. Those bags are found only at Aante. How would they require them? Well, maybe someone snuck in and pilfered them. Unfortunately, that is out of the question. Udon keeps track of the inventory and checks it often. If anything had went missing, we would soon know. What if they made counterfeit bags? That still leaves the medicine itself. If I am the only one in Gensokyo who makes it, how are they going to procure any? Miss Yakokoro would make a great detective. If she were on the case, I'd have no hope of winning. That would imply you're guilty. What do you remember? The end of 15.5 is fighting Dreamworld versions of people. Suddenly that makes more sense. 15.5 Dream Shameimaru was really never captured, so she replaced... See, that's the thing that confuses me about her, is I don't know which one is in the currently in Gensokyo. Did she lose to her Dreamworld version? Or did she win? Because I don't... That was a confusing story, to say the least. Not to mention Sumireko being 3 fucking people. That's also confusing. Come to think of it, while I was examining Miss Kompaku, I heard a sound. I remember I heard a sound. You heard something. I cannot say from where it originated, but it was considerably loud. Dream versions replaced the real versions if not returned to the dream world period. And Sukuna didn't get sent back? Oh. Well, that's a scary thought. Does that mean Sukuna's gone? And she's been replaced by her more ambitious, unfiltered dream version? Cannot say from where it originated, but it was considerably loud. The real and dream world versions share a consciousness, so given that enough time they'd adapted, it wouldn't even matter. The dream version just became the real version. That's so confusing. That's so confusing. So the dream version took over the real one, became the real one, and the real one became the dream one. But because they're of the same consciousness anyway, because the dream world version is just basically the dream world version of yourself is what the Persona 4 shadows are. The innermost, darkest secrets and feelings, stuff like that. They're just the side of you don't let out. So you are the same person essentially, but I guess I don't know. It's confusing. That's very confusing. I mean, look at Mamizo. Mamizo admits, her dream version admits that she's afraid of humans. But if you ask actual Mamizo that, she'd probably smack you with her pipe. What kind of sound was it? I'm certain it was very dull, akin to a heavy object landing on the floor. My favorite is that Gyakuten admits that sometimes she'll tell her followers to do chores and stuff under the guise of, like actual work, but she's actually just lazy and doesn't want to do them herself. So, yeah, that was a hell of a thing for Gyakuten to admit, because it was her dream world version. But that definitely makes her, I like that, because it makes her more human, I suppose. She's not a perfect being. She gets lazy sometimes as well. Nothing wrong with that. I'm certain it was a very dull, akin to a heavy object, landing on the floor. During that examination, the only one at the clinics were you, Miss Konpaku, and Miss Sayoji. Miss Racing was out making deliveries. Which means it could only have been one person, as hard as it is to believe her doing it. Looks like we need to pay Hakigokuro a little visit. Oh, is that so? So we're blaming Yuyiko? Is that what's going on here? Alright, let's go blame Yuyiko, I guess. Oh, that was quick. I was untangling my headphones while that was going, because I figured it would take forever. Alright. So we ended up coming in another world after all. But we need to talk to Miss Sayoji. She rarely leaves her estate, so we had no other choice. I don't want to believe it myself, but going into the process of elimination, the true culprit is the mistress of Hakigokuro. You mean Mrs. Sayoji? You said it, not me. She's obviously going to deny it, and it doesn't help that we haven't the slightest idea what her motive could be. Speaking of not having the slightest idea, where would she be? No matter how many times I come here, I can never get over how big it is. How many times have you been here, Momiji? We might run into trouble if we go to the garden, although said trouble could possibly lead us to her. Halt, intruders! That's Yomu. Ha, you missed. Aya, are you okay? Of course, just who do you think I am? But who would just swing their sword at someone without... Oh. Was it you, Miss Konpaku? Oh, so it was merely you two. Forgive me, I believed you to be trespassers and attacked on impulse. That's Yomu for you. Yomu's entire plotline in the fighting games is she immediately blames someone for the cause, and then attacks. And then when she beats their ass, she's like, "Oh, you didn't do it. Okay, bye." Could you look before you slash next time? I heard rumors, but I didn't believe she actually did that. Ever since the Netherworld became connected with the world of the living, there have been many humans and yokai passing through. I have no time to look. I don't think that's the problem. And attacking while my other hand is occupied, unthinkable. I'm still lacking in experience. I don't think that's the problem. Ooh, that's a nice theme. Too bad you can't hear it, like, at all. About what you're holding. This may be a silly question, but what are you holding? It appears to be a kimono. Do you mean this? It's Lady Yuyiko's kimono. To be specific, her soiled laundry. I was preparing to wash it when I detected intruders and brought it along when I investigated. What was that about lacking experience then? The Sayoji's kimono, you say? Yes, she removed it some time ago, yet did not come to my attention until just now. I must tend to it immediately, for as you can see, there is dirt along the bottom and it smells of garlic. Please wait a moment. Do you know where Miss Sayoji wore that? It was 2 days ago when we traveled to Aente. As I've only just recovered from my cold and had to testify in court, I was unable to see to any sort of housework. Garlic. This could mean... Well, she's not going to let me borrow it. Can I look at it? Excuse me, Miss Konpaku, but may we examine the kimono? I suppose there would be no harm, but for what purpose? I shouldn't tell her that we suspect her mistress is the criminal. We are investigating everyone who went to Aente 2 days ago. We are simply trying to be thorough. Since we're just inspecting the kimono, you won't need to let us borrow it. How do you plan on inspecting it, Aya? It's easy. I just take a picture of the critical element and the area where the kimono is dirty. Here we have the kimono for a moment, Miss Konpaku. Yes, you may. Be mindful of the scent. No doubt about it. That's garlic, alright. Maybe she was just hanging out with Wario. Momiji, hold this. Alright, like this. That's it. Now I just take a shot. Photo of Yuko's kimono, placed in the court record. Alright. Photo of the kimono worn by Yuko on that day. The stains from the knees down make it seem as she tripped and fell forward. Smells of garlic. I'm done taking photos, man. Tell me about the noise. The dull noise. 2 days ago at A&T, do you remember hearing some kind of noise during your examination? Now that you mention it, I did. It was rather loud. Do you know where it came from? I am terribly sorry, but I do not recall. My memory is cloudy because of my cold. If it had been any other time, I likely would have been able to identify the direction of the source. Well, if your memory was cloudy, then that's that. I was hoping you would know, though. Oh my, what brings you here? There she is. And so our top suspect finally shows herself. Can't let her give us the slip. We are here as Ms. Yakukoto's defense attorneys. We are conducting an investigation to prove her innocence during the upcoming trial. So I gathered, you are rather dedicated to your cause, I see. It's only natural, for we are working for the good of the residents of Gensokyo. Then perhaps I will request your services if the need arises. I humbly beg milady to request for my assistance first, if at all possible. Oh, but would you be able to act as a defense attorney? You would need to raise objections with conviction, even as a bluff. Yet you cannot lie very well. I shall not deny it. You know what I noticed about the art style in this game, chat, is the dev likes to, like, or I guess the artist, I don't know if the dev and the artist are the same person, but they like to make the hair, like, the short hair, like, flow in the back. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? Like, it's still short hair, but when you look at Yomu, she's got more of like a not a bowl cut, but like her hair's definitely not as free form as this. Poofy. I guess poofy is a word you can go for. It's not like I want to bluff or anything. Yuko too, yeah. It's just her hair goes down to her shoulders. It probably already does that anyway, but when I look at it like this, I don't know. It's a nice looking alternative. I agree to that. It's just something that I've come to notice is all. Tell me your secrets, Yuriko. 2 days ago, during Miss Kompaku's examination, do you remember hearing any odd noise? I was in the waiting room, but I did not hear a thing. She didn't. The waiting room isn't that far from the examination room. Actually, I dozed off then. Of course. You don't say. It is not every day I have to walk as much as I did then. Once we arrived, I was overcome by drowsiness and went to frolic in dreamland for a spell. What kind of dreams do ghosts have? This probably isn't the best time to ponder that, though. No, that's a good question. I want to know the answer, too. Do ghosts dream? What do ghosts dream of? So that's why you didn't hear any noise. Yet it was a rather loud noise, supposedly. Still did not hear it. She's got a smile on her face, but I'm smelling guilt, chat. I smell guilt. I am unrelated to the incident, so I did not know most of the details, but I believe that the authorities were correct in arresting Eren. Miss Yakukoto is not the criminal. Someone framed her. And who would that be? That's still under investigation. Must be difficult being a defense attorney. I doubt you would be suited for the task, Yomu. You speak the truth. By the way, why did you come here today? We felt it necessary to speak with everyone who visited A&T 2 days ago. We had nothing to do with the incident, merely a patient and her escort. Wrong place at the wrong time. I doubt that's entirely accurate. Seems that way. I'm sure that the truth will be revealed in court. That would be wonderful. She's smug. She's got a smug attitude about her. Tell me about your kimono. Oh, you took a picture of my kimono. I see you captured its best side, the front. Do you know where and when this dirty spot appeared? Ah, that must be the one I wore 2 days ago. How did it become so filthy? Oh, she has multiple copies of the same outfit. Makes sense. You cannot remember. It did not seem like an important matter. Is that so? You honestly can't remember? Yomu, what did we have for breakfast this morning? A pot of curry. You forgot again, milady. You requested Japanese cuisine, so I served vegetables boiled in soy sauce and rice. Man, that sounds great. Oh, there we are. I heard her memory was sketchy, but I didn't realize it was that terrible. No. See, Yuyuko is that one of those characters who acts like an airhead, but she's actually don't mess with her. Ante. She does have different patterns on her kimonos, yeah, but that game didn't exist yet. I don't know if it's the same for the fighting games though. As far as I can tell, the only differences are the ones between 7 and 13. I think the same one is used for the fighting games. So you returned. You sure wowed us in court yesterday. I guess I do remember seeing her in the gallery. Really? I didn't, because I didn't get to see the gallery. It was no big deal, just the same as always. Whenever it looked like the judge was about to announce a guilty verdict, you managed to pull off a comeback. Maybe I should try being a defense attorney sometime. By all means, are you sure about that? It may look exciting, but if you fail, it might not leave the best impression. Not to mention the terrible consequences, so I can't recommend it. Oh, so is that how it is? Besides, my real job is writing newspapers. I wanted to get an extra out the door, but then I suddenly got dragged into this ordeal. But I'm sure it's better than delivering medicine. All I basically do is... How did this turn into her belly aching all of a sudden? I don't know, but it certainly seems like she's unsatisfied with her job. Blah, blah, blah. Gripe, gripe, gripe. Which is why I'm going to ask for some kind of labor reforms around here. Wow, she's still going. How long is she going to keep up with this monologue? Chad, do you think the rabbits... Do you think the rabbits are in a union? Do you think they're unionized? What's going on with the workforce here? I hope you're listening, because no one else will. Tay was originally supposed to, but she was about as receptive as a moon rock. I see what you mean. I sympathize, so let's... There's something suspicious about how quickly you agreed. Please. They don't listen to Raisin. They only listen to Tay, but Raisin likes to think she's in charge of the rabbits. But then Tay is the big boss, even if she's like the small boss. You get what I mean. Tay is older than Raisin. Did you know that, chat? Lunarians. I highly doubt Lunarians know about labor laws. Yeah, but they're not Lunarians. Tay and the rabbits aren't Lunarians. So they could have been unionized before. The whole reason they even exist here is because they showed up and then Tay confronted them and was like, "All right, I got a deal for you. I keep the place hidden. You let us in on that good shit." So that's the agreement, basically, in a nutshell. I may have abridged some of the points there, but yeah, Tay was here first, and when Eren and Kaguya ran away, they came to Tay, and then Tay promised them that like she'll keep them hidden if she what's the word here? I lost the word. Shares benefits with the rabbits and her, and then Raisin's actually not that. Oh, what's the word here? Oh god, Raisin actually showed up kind of late. In fact, Raisin's appearance in Gensokyo was more or less what triggered the whole Imperishable Night incident. Since she came down and then Eren thought she was a spy. She wasn't. She was a runaway. And they figured that because the Raisin's presence on the Earth and with them, she'd be able to communicate with moon rabbits and they would know her location, thus leading them to Kaguya and Eren, which caused Eren to roll out the fake moon plan, which happened. They didn't even know they were in Gensokyo, by the way. They learned after the fact. When the incident resolved, they were told that they didn't actually need to make a fake moon at all because at that point in time, Ante had already been sucked up into Gensokyo, and there was no easy way for the Lunarians to just access it like they expected them to. So it was all for naught. There's your lore lesson for the day. You only could have happened here at the clinic. Racing jumped off the moon and ran away when the Apollo 13, I believe it was, landed on the moon. Because it signaled a war, the War of Apollo up there, and Racing was a deserter. Racin's also the original pet of the Watatsky sisters, replaced by Racing 2. I'm not a big fan of the Lunarians on the moon, but I like the lore surrounding them, because they have a lot of it. The only place you can find the bags we put the medicine in, much less the medicine itself, is here. Yeah, she did. She was a deserter. And as I said, she was the main pet of the Watatskis. So then when she deserted, it was like, oh. Eren almost killed her. That's the crazy part. Eren was completely prepared to kill her because she thought that she was an emissary. But then she found out that that wasn't the case. Poor Racing. Poor Racing. Would it really be that difficult to do? Think of Tay as their landlord. That's not a bad way to think about it, actually. Raster makes the medicine and I seal them in the bags. But yeah, Tay is older than Racing. I remember there was a joke about that in Inaba of the Moon, Inaba of the Earth, where they're handing out New Year's money, and Tay wants New Year's money from Racing, and Racin's about to give it to her. But then Racin's like, wait a minute, you're older than me, so you should be giving me money. And then Tay is immediately off on her boomer shit. She's like, ah, get over it. It's what are you, a kid? We ain't talking about that no more. Man, Tay's great. Tay brings a lot of humor. Was it Apollo 11? I don't remember which Apollo it was. I just assumed it was Apollo 13 because that's what the Eren shot was. But it was definitely the first lunar landing from the Apollo series. That when it landed on the moon, the Lunarians saw it as a declaration of war. So they went to arms, I guess, but not really because I don't think a war actually broke out or a battle. I'm not really sure the events of that. I just know that that was the catalyst to Racin's jump. Neil Armstrong, Space Marine. Favorite piece of Touhou lore. The moon landing was Apollo 11. Okay. I knew it was Apollo, but I couldn't remember which one. So there you go. We're gonna correct my misinformations, chat. That's good. I like speaking lore, but I also don't want to be wrong because I don't want to spread misinformation. So you would have to undo the seal to switch the medicine. And if you were to switch the bags, where would you get ones that look exactly like ours down to the seal? So it would have had to been done here, by someone who had the opportunity. That's right, you can remove Master and myself from the list of suspects. Miss Kompaku too. How can you say that? She mentioned it yesterday, didn't she? While I was sealing the medicine into bags, we talked for a bit. Our conversation didn't end until after I had sealed up all the bags. So in short, I talked with her here in the waiting room for a while, and afterwards, entered the medicine room. Huh? So that would leave... I'm sure the only possible suspect goes without saying. I don't know why she did it, but there were only 4 people at the clinic yesterday. In that case... Maybe she did it because... I don't know. Why did she do it? Rabby Ribby? Is that the Metroidvania with the bunny girl? Because I own that. I bought that on Steam like a long time ago, but I never played it. I have Rabbi Labby on the DS, which is a little Alice in Wonderland puzzler. It has a similar name. Nothing in particular sticks out. I was gone for most of the day and only stopped by the clinic to pick up deliveries. I heard it's pretty good, yeah. Just haven't played it. It's got some interesting art, to say the least. Just the kind that makes me a little bit weary about streaming it. Just a bit. Ah, shame. Ah, but come to think of it, did you remember something? Nothing major, really. She dressed that way to piss off the Lunarians because they hate that flag. Yes. However, she's also a clown because... And I want to say I quote, But Zun essentially just said, I made her a clown because when you think of scary things, you think of clowns, right? You know what? He ain't wrong. That's why she's a clown. Just that when Miss Kompaku was here from her examination, I saw Miss Fujiwara waiting outside. I guess there was no way Miss Kompaku could have flown here. She was in no condition to fly while under the weather. True. By the way, why don't you try talking to her? With whom? Miss Fujiwara, obviously. Since she was outside, maybe she saw if there was anyone who tried to sneak in. Pog. Oh, you're right. I'll inquire about that with her later. Oh, and if you'd like to see the medicine room again, feel free. Thank you very much. I'll let you know when I'm ready. We should take another look in there. Might be some clues. Oh, great. More checking shit. People thought Lola was scary because clowns in the desert are like, we have learned a weakness of the Americans. It's true. Clowns are scary. Doesn't look any different from yesterday. Ow, my eyes. What's the matter, Aya? Sorry, it's just the glare from something kind of hurts my eyes. It was the reflection from the mirror over there, I imagine. It'll catch the sunlight in the morning. I thought that sunlight never made it this far into the bamboo forest. It goes away after 12, so it doesn't last long. So you could use it like a clock. I don't think so. If it only works during a specific time, I guess so. But I do think it might be evidence, especially since there was a scene of the crime. Oh great, a mirror. Reflects the light from a window in the medicine room for a short period of time during the morning. I cannot wait to figure out how that one works. Anything you want to tell me? Have you found any other clues? Alright, let's take a look, chat. Huh? This paper looks different from the one I found yesterday. That's my delivery route. It's where I usually put it. Why wasn't it there yesterday? Because I still had it. You distracted me with your visit, so I forgot to put it back until after you left. Well, no harm done, I guess. I see it has your latest customers added to the bottom here. First Miss Kochiya, then Miss Kawashiro, and then Miss Fujiwara. Why don't you deliver to her first? She's rarely at home during the day. I imagine it's because she's usually guiding someone through the forest then. But we can't say for sure yet. This could be evidence, so I'll borrow it for a bit. Hold on, chat. Isn't there only one pathway through the forest? So, if she's escorting people through the forest, wouldn't you run into her by the entrance? Like, pretty often? What's going on here? Delivery route out of the court record. Shows the order and deliveries are made. The new customers are placed at the end. Sanai Notori Muko. What else you got in this room? Give me the new stuff. Give me the new stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, what's this? Oh no, it's the same thing. Can I look at the jars? Nope. Nope. That seems to be it. I hope that's it. I'll come back here though when I have to. I'm going to have to come back here. I know I will. Go to Moko's crusty hut. Fujiwara, are you here? That's strange. I don't think she's around. I guess she stepped out. And at a time like this, too. What are you two doing here again? Sorry to bother you, Miss Fujiwara. May I ask you where you went? I was just around back. I was checking out why the door there wasn't sliding open. And it looks like someone broke the trap I rigged up to it, so I had to fix it. Why did you need to set up a trap? You know, reasons. Ah, yes. But forget about that. I found this just a little while ago. Want it? Do not take the medicine, Eden. Is that a threat? Yes, I do. Where did you find it? I found it while walking to the back door. Miss Yakugoto came here on the day of the incident, right? Now that you mention it, I believe she did. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes. That's obviously a fake. Seems she still doesn't trust Miss Yakugoto. But I don't really care about it, so I guess you can have it if you want. So, Eden placed a note on Moko's door telling her not to take the medicine. I got a lot of questions here. Don't frown at me. You're the immortal who had to take stomach medicine. It's not like I set up that trap because of those guys at Ayante. Just keep the fairies that always come to the bamboo forest out of my place. Fairies? You know, the 3 sunlight fairies or whatever. After they get bored of playing with the rabbits, they like to mess my place up as their idea of a prank. Oh, I see. But there's no way they would have been able to break the trap, right? That's interesting, because the 3 fairies have actually gone rabbit hunting before in the bamboo forest. But they got lost because Raisin was looking for Tay, and she locked everybody within the forest. And they probably got really scared. So I don't think the 3 fairies ever returned to the bamboo forest after that moment. They tend to just spend their time hanging out behind the shrine and fucking with Reimu because it's fun. Apparently it's really fun to mess with the most powerful and non-forgiving being in all the world. Let's go poke Reimu until she blows us up. You know the funny thing about that is one of the conflicts in that one is they actively try to piss Reimu off, so they'll kick their asses because they wanted to be friends with Reimu, and they figured that everybody who gets their ass kicked by Reimu becomes her friend, so that was the only way she could be friends. The 3 of them could be friends with her. It's kind of adorable in a stupid way, but you gotta respect their drive. There's no way they would be able to break the trap, right? You think they have the brains to pull it off? It must have been some other human, since no yokai would be dumb enough to mess with me. When did it break? Not really sure about that. 2 or 3 days ago, maybe? 2 or 3 days ago. Maybe it has something to do with Miss Yakukoto's visit. Ask for part of the trap, don't ask. Why even ask me if... Why? Just do it. Miss Fujiwara, would you mind giving us a piece of the broken trap? Huh? Well, I was gonna throw it away anyway, so help yourself. But why do you need it? It might be evidence in today's trial. This thing? Man, I gotta see you pull that off. Nothing, no matter how trifling, should be overlooked. Broken trap part. What is it? What is that thing? Piece of a trap Moko set by the rear door of her hut to catch fairies. The trap prevented said door from opening when it broke. What the hell is it? How could I forget? I was kind of surprised when I got a request to guide Yuyuko and Yomu to the bamboo forest, but other than that, nothing weird happened until that night. You waited outside of Ayante the entire time, correct? Did you notice anyone suspicious during that time? Can't say I did. It's not like I was there to pick a fight with Kaguya, so it was pretty quiet. Do they hate each other that much? In that case, did you happen to hear a loud noise from within the clinic? Not really. Nothing happened that I saw or heard from the time that went in until the time they came out. Is that it? Is that all? Do I have anything to show her? Tell me about this. Tell me about this. Why are you shoving that in my face? I don't know what it is. Alright. But what about this? Present. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. That's why. Did anyone really write this? Probably not. I don't know. Yeah, you don't know what a mirror is. Kimono. Delivery route. No. Tell me more about the trap part. And then I'm going to leave. Looks like I got nothing else at that point. Is that really going to help? Maybe if you told me what the hell it was. I'll go ask Eden about the note. Oh, that worked. Miss Yakukoto, may I have a word with you? Yes, you may. In fact, I may have just taken a respite from writing in my notebook. I still can't believe you're doing something like that while in here. It's remarkable. Yes, and I have written quite a bit as well. I can sympathize. At times, I'll end up writing an article longer than I intended, so having to edit it back to a suitable word count is a lot of work. But in any case, about what did you wish to inquire? What happened in Moko's hut? Miss Yakokoro, did you visit Miss Fujiwara's residence on the day of the incident? Correct. I believe I mentioned the packet of human medicine yesterday that fell on the floor of the medicine distribution room. Really? You mean this? Did Miss Kochiya also have a delivery scheduled for that day? Why visit Miss Fujiwara first? Simply because she was closer. However, she was absent, so I left a note and headed for Yokai Mountain. And for what it's worth, the number of packets at the Moria Shrine was correct. You mentioned a note, yes? Would this happen to be it? Do not take the medicine. Yes, it is. Where did you get it? Miss Fujiwara picked it up earlier today. She did? It must have been blown away by the wind. If it had remained where I placed it, none of this would have happened. Seems like it. Meaning there would be no trial, and I would have an extra hot off the press. Wouldn't that be nice? So she went to the... Hold on. So she discovered that a medicine packet was missing. Right? So she left a note on Moko's door telling her not to take the medicine. I don't quite understand why she made a note that has that foreboding. What about it? She seems uninterested. I don't care if she's uninterested. It's her mirror. Tell me about the delivery. Udong works hard too. Wow. Maybe you should tell her that every now and again, not me. And what about it? Okay, that seems to be all I can get out of this. So let's go back to Ayante. Would you like to talk? No. Talk to me about Eren. That's Master's handwriting, isn't it? What's this all about? Oh, great, here we go. Here we go, okay. So there's a few more things I can go here. I can go to Hakigokuro. Nothing. Nothing. You know what that means, right, chat? It means I'm going back to the medicine room. Oh, here we go again. Oh, alright. Keep your eyes peeled for any nonsense. That's the same thing. Yada, yada, yada. Yep, okay. That seems to be it. I don't even see the mirror here. Nothing lights up. No. Nope. Alright, chat. We are stuck. Good. Good. What would that be? Oh great, here we go. Present everything to Yuyuko that I've collected so far. What would that be? It's you, because it's a mirror. Delivery route. What would that be? What would that be? There's nothing of interest here at all. Beautiful stone path is laid out here. You don't often see one such elegance in Gensokyo. No, you don't. Staggeringly huge mansion, kind of a waste of space for just the two of them. There's nothing here either. Oh no. Oh boy. The miraculous return of Apollo 13, galaxies of the cosmos. Astronomical entombing. What is this chill I feel? Nice, all these moves. Chock full of books. 5 colored shots. Swallows cowrie. Seamless ceiling. The ceiling of King Kakuji. Sounds awfully ominous. Fuck that one. There's a picture of a fan here. There's some nice medicinal flowers. There's nothing anywhere. Oh, chat. Chat. That's it. Game's over. I don't know what to do here. I'm not quite sure what to do. Ugh, it's the same thing the whole way through. Yeah. Make a note of it. Could you tell me more about your deliveries? What's that? She doesn't seem interested. I don't really... What else do you want? That's when I go over to make deliveries. There's no reason to present shit to anyone. Game over. Yeah, Eden's gonna be guilty for all of eternity. We're never gonna get to the trial because I missed the MacGuffin tucked in the corner. It's actually nice and orderly. Upon close inspection, it's different in my room. She probably hangs the body here, makes a fire. It's no sweat for her, I imagine. Yeah. She's a lot of seat cushions for someone who lives alone. Yeah. Any more things? Any more rude remarks you want to hurl her way, or what? A bottle. What? Bottle thing next to the boxes. It's nothing. The cabinets light up, the cushions light up, and the cooking thing lights up. And I can't look in her backyard. I've been to the office and it's nothing. And Yiko doesn't want to talk to me. Yeah. Bad memory. Shit. Nice candle. Nice window. Nice bed. I don't have any ideas here, chat. Unless I need to present something that I already have. What do I even have? Erase and statement. Medicine shelf. Lemon. Delivery checklist. Broken writing brush. Medicine. Cucumbers. Medicine. Drop medicine. Yomu's medical chart. And the broken trap part. Oh, fuck off. Miss Gyakuten, do you remember seeing this? That was part of a trap for Miss Mujiwara's place. I was the one who broke it. Just as I suspected. Why did you do such a thing? She was absent when I visited, so I thought I'd try entering from the rear. But when I attempted to open the door, that caused the affixed trap to break, preventing me from entering. Why did you go that far? Because it was utterly necessary that I confirm the medicine. If by slim chance there was a mistake, the side effects would have been terrible. Well, I guess so, but this turned out to be awfully complicated. Yet since I was unable to enter, I left the note. I just did not expect she would overlook it. Are there too many unfortunate coincidences in this case, or is it just me? Broken trap, part info. Piece of the trap Moko set by the rear door to her hut to catch fairies. Aiden broke the trap, preventing the said door from opening. It's almost time, time? For what? The trial! It's starting earlier than usual, remember? Oh, that's right. You better head to the courthouse then. I don't know how much evidence we collected will help us, though. We only got 5 evidence pieces. Well, we'll just have to make do. Good luck and do your best. I will be expecting great things. I don't know how many times I've said it, but please don't talk like this has nothing to do with you. I'm not doing anything for my motivation. It's not doing anything for my motivation. Chat, I showed her everything except the broken trap part. And I just assumed that I showed her the broken trap part. Wow. Oops. The second day of the trial is about to start. I have a pretty good idea of who the prosecution will call as a witness, though. Miss Sayoji. She's the only one left. If they want to convict Miss Gyakuten as the criminal, they'll have to get her testimony. But the criminal will actually be the one on the stand, right? That's why it's imperative that we break down her testimony. That would indeed help. I hope all goes well for you. What did I just tell her before we left? There's quite a bit of evidence, so I doubt we'll have much trouble this time. I'm sure we'll weather the storm, so please rest easy. I can only pray it will not be stronger than forecasted. My forecasts are plenty accurate. The one I print in the paper is at least 80% correct. I get the feeling this might be one of the other 20%, though. Stop complaining. Ah, they're about to start. Come on, let's finish this fight. Game time. The second day of the trial for Eren Yakokoro is now in session. Are both sides prepared? The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is good to go, Your Honor. Very well. Now, your opening statement, if you please, Miss Scarlet. Yes, Your Honor. First, if I may ask the court to look at this. I can't read that. Chat, what's that say? This was written by the defendant's assistant, Miss Rayson, who works at the clinic at A&T. Are you sure? According to her statement, there are only 4 people who entered the clinic on the day of the incident. Meaning there were only 4 suspects who could have switched the medicines. There it is. As Miss Kompaku and Miss Rayson aren't suspects, it's only natural for them to call Miss Sayoji as a witness. However, as a result of our continued investigation, we have uncovered a new possibility. What? A new possibility? We have asked a new witness to explain this theory. May we have permission for this witness to testify, Your Honor? I suppose it would be fine, but would the witness testimony be acceptable? Yes, Your Honor. We have determined that her testimony is reliable. Then please show her to the stand. Chad, I'll give you 5 guesses who's about to show up at the stand. That was not one of them. What is she doing here? What? Well, that wasn't what I thought was coming at all. I thought Kaguya was going to show up. Yeah, I lose. There's no way that Kaguya... The prosecution would not call Kane as a witness because Kane would be... Kane would testify in my favor. She would be a witness that I would have to call. But she's not relevant to this plot line because she hasn't showed up. So she's not just going to be a surprise witness from the prosecution. Hey, it's the first court shot we've gotten. There's a distinct lack of Satori head, though. Just what is the meaning of this? I didn't expect them to call someone else as a witness. But the prosecution seems pretty confident. Even so, her name never came up in our investigation. I wish to confirm one more time, Miss Scarlet. You truly want this witness to testify? Absolutely, Your Honor. We believe that her testimony will expose a new possibility in this case. I suppose I shall permit it then. Witness, state your name and occupation. I'm Marisa Chris Same. Marisa Kirisame. I run the Kirisame Magic Shop. There is quite a bit to which I take interest in that, but I shall ignore them for now. It would not do any good to belabor the point, regardless. Man, I never thought I'd wind up here again. Good thing I'm just a witness this time around. Wait, could she be the one? I don't think so. No matter how much you want her to be. Sorry to be so bossy, but would you mind giving your testimony at once? Just tell the court what you saw at the plaintiff's residence that day. No sweat. That's why I'm here, ain't it? Why is she here? Why is she here? I just happened to be passing by Moko's joint a couple days ago. That's both. No. What? You don't just pass by the bamboo forest. No, Eden broke the trap. That was the last bit of info we got before we came to the trial. Eden tried to open the door and broke the trap as a result, then left a note on the door. As to why Marissa's hanging out in the forest here, passing by is that's some malarkey. That's when I saw Eden fly and land right at the doorstep. Pretty sure she was carrying a bag with Miss Moko Fujiwara written on it. She hollered, "Miss Fujiwara, are you home?" But the place was empty from the looks of it. Then she went round back. No idea what happened then. After a while, she came back to the front and then took off, bag still in tow. Looks like she was spotted, and by Miss Kirisame no less. There were a few vague points, but I do not believe you were lying. However, what was the meaning of her testimony, Miss Scarlet? As I mentioned earlier, she brought up a new possibility, that being the defendant snuck into the plaintiff's residence to make the switch. Ah, so that was the gist of it. And the one who saw Miss Yakokoto on the premises was... That'd be me. Yeah, it just had to be you. Of course, we are not basing this on the witness's testimony alone. We believe that there is a defendant's case, it would be simple for her to obtain the medicine and the bags needed to carry out the switch. Please take that into consideration as well, Your Honor. Indeed, in that instance, my decision is clear. It looks like she's about to declare her verdict. What should I do? Raise a humble objection. Wait and see. Shh. I'm gonna raise a humble objection. If I may rudely interject, Your Honor. No. Guilty. What is the matter, defense? I would like to raise an objection. May I have permission to do so? If you wish to raise an objection, you should not say it with such abjuration. Objection, not education. No, well, it's just that things weren't looking so well for us. If you have the time to pull such petty tricks, why don't you try cross-examining her? We'll give you all the time in the world. I was trying to buy some more time, but it looks like they saw through my ploy. I guess I have no choice but to do as Miss Scarlet says. I was not expecting Marissa to show up. I still don't understand why she was just passing by. There's some questions here that need answers. I don't have them. Alright, let's, welcome to the part of the game where I do this. Were you heading for the bamboo forest? Why do I gotta tell you? You ain't the boss of me. I do what I want. Well, I was just thinking that in your case, you were up to no good. I was just out collecting rare stuff. That sounds harmless enough. Yeah, the owners just can just take them back once I kick the bucket. What were you collecting anyway? Marissa has stated in her book that she really wants to know where Kaguya stores her 5 sacred treasures. No specific reason. Just she really wants to know where she keeps them. Just curiosity. So I saw Eden fly and land right on the doorstep. Do you know from which direction she came? Pretty sure it was from Ayante. I thought something weird was up. Why? I heard that Moko doesn't get along with any of the folk at Ayante. But it seems that Miss Fujiwara recently bought medicine from them. Yeah, that's weird too. But none of that got anything to do with me. If I get sick, I just cure myself. Really? Pretty sure he was carrying a bag. Hi, Brian. Showing up at a weird time. Weird champ. Hope you enjoyed your Smash Brothers. Is that really written on the bag? Yep. 100% sure on that. Wow, that was a fucking word. Yep, 100% sure on that. I got a good look at it. By the way, where were you relative to Miss Fujiwara's hut at the time, Miss Kirisame? I was pretty close to the entrance of the bamboo forest. Was about to go in and start looking for rare stuff when I saw Eden. That might be a hint. Maybe I should press harder. Looking for rare stuff. She was trying to burgle. That's all she does. She burgles. Ugh. Thanks, Mark, for the 1 year. Miss Kirisame, how is your eyesight? Chat. I like, when I get partner, I also get more, I get more badges, too. For 2 year, 1 year and a half, stuff like that. Moko's the end game right now, but once we get the ability to make more badges, we definitely will. Maybe someday soon. How's my eyesight? I got the best eyes in Gensuku. I can just about see into the future with these peepers. That's the first I've heard of this. In that case, can you read these letters? Nah, no way. Can't read anything that small. You don't say. I see. Then that means... She hollered, Miss Fujiwara, are you home? But the place looked empty. The place was empty from the looks of it. Chad, how do you pronounce TH apostrophe? Am I pronouncing it right? I'm not. I can't say I'm familiar with how you pronounce that. I mean, I've never had to do it before. Miss Yakokoro was at the entrance when she called for Miss Fujiwara, correct? Pronounce it the. That is not as fun as I was expecting it to be. Yeah, she sounded almost embarrassed with how timid she was acting. Tuh. Because she probably made a mistake in preparing her medicine. So what happened next? I'm getting there. Then she went round back. No idea what happened then. Keep it coming. You couldn't see her from where you were. She was on the complete opposite side. I was itching to look, but I had the feeling that things would have got real awkward if I showed myself. But cut off. Just think of a southern accent? What's a southern accent? What are you talking about? I don't know how to pronounce it. Quick, chat, how do you pronounce Arkansas? I guess even she has some self-awareness. But I'm sure you know how fun it is being all stealthy like that, don't you? I take that back. What were you doing in the bamboo forest? Just looking around for something amusing. That should be something else you're familiar with, Miss Paparazzi. Alright, this isn't about me, this is about you. Please refrain from the insults. My sole purpose as a generalist is to report the truth. Heh. That excuse is about as flimsy as a page from one of your rags. Wow, what did I do to hurt you? I defended you in court. Ugh, but unlike you, I... Care to take this argument outside? Ugh, I let her play me like a shamisen. Chat, who wrote down Arkansas and was like, how do you pronounce this? Arkansas. Who did that? Who wrote down baloney? Bolonga and decided that it says baloney? Who did that? Who did it? There are a lot of incorrect things in this world. But baloney is one of them. The spelling of baloney is in itself baloney. Maybe that was the purpose. Holy shit, that's so big brain. Chad, I figured it out. There you go, I solved the language. Well done, me. Have you ever read read as read? You know, I could read that sentence properly, even though you put the same word in there 3 times. English, baby. I love it. The bag with the medicine, correct? Yeah, I'm sure of it. And where did she head off? I want to say back to Ayante, but I don't know. Got no clue where it's supposed to be. No leads here. Doesn't seem like any contradiction in particular. I haven't found a contradiction yet. Better start again from the top. Oh, okay. Oh shit, really? You want me to find something in this mess? Uh-oh. It probably has something to do with her inability to read with... She was carrying a bag with Miss Moko Fujiwara on it, so it's gotta be this. There's no way she could read the bag because she was too far away. But if I show the bag in question that she received, it says Muko. Maybe that'll be what we're doing here. Yeah. Yeah, Muko. Arkansas was the French settlement part of Louisiana. So it's the French's fault. I gotcha. Hold on. I don't know why that got blocked. French. The IA's Tourney game had a sequel. It actually has another sequel. There's a few of them. There's 15 cases total. The thing is, the person who translated it only translated the first game and the second game. They didn't translate the third one, and they didn't translate any of the extra case ones that came out after. So unfortunately, we only have the two of them. I didn't even know the second one was translated. So it's sick that we got it, but I don't know if we're ever going to get the follow-ups, because it seems like the guy who translated this is currently working on Fantasy Maiden Wars, you know, the Robot Tyson game, which is hella exciting because that game is really high quality as well. So I like that he's working on that, but God, it'd be nice if he came back to this one. Just a bit. If the court would please look at this. I believe it to be the same bag as the defendant was carrying at the time. I contest that it is impossible to be able to read this small lettering from the distance at which Miss Kirisame saw it. The witness has very sharp eyesight. That would seem to be within the realm of possibility to me. Well, the Fantasy Maiden Wars games, I think, are translated up to a certain point, but there's also the big Redux version, right? That's the one that's currently being worked on, translated, because I guess it's getting updated. So when I get around to playing that one myself, I want to play the big revamp release, because that'll be pretty cool. I want to see the updated version, as opposed to playing the original one. The original one still seems pretty sick, but might as well play the one that they put a lot of time and effort and energy into cleaning up, polishing, and putting together for a big revamp, right? When they have more experience, stuff like that. The big one? The big one's not translated yet, is it? Maybe, I mean, maybe they can read Japanese. I can't. I can't read Japanese, so I have to wait for the English. The witness has very sharp eyesight. That would seem to be within the realm of possibility to me. In that case, Miss Kirisame, could you please try reading what I'm about to write? You look very worried. He was playing Japanese and I couldn't understand a word. Well, not you, him. I mean, some people play games even if they can't read the text. But I feel like that game has a lot of text. So not being able to read a lick of it would not make it very enjoyable for me. I'd rather be able to read it. I can play games that don't have much text. Like I played Quartet X, which had no translation. That was fine. Rock Maiden 1 has no translation. Which, by the way, it should. Those games should have translations because they're pretty solid games, and I would like to see an English translation for them. Rock Maiden doesn't really need a translation, but it does explain the items and stuff you get, so it does benefit from it, but it's nothing you can't get a feel for yourself. Here. Let's see. Looks like Danmaku's about power to me. Entirely incorrect. Are you able to read it, Your Honor? No, I cannot make it out. I cannot make out what it is from here. Witness, give your testimony once again, and it would behoove you to be more precise. Alrighty. I expect a proper response. I got it. I don't think you do. Chat, did I ever tell you about the time I had Pokemon Yellow version for the Game Boy Advance? I borrowed it from someone I knew. And it was Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy Advance. And I turned it on. And it had the Pokemon Yellow title screen, right? Like Pikachu, he made the noise, and I hit start. And then the game started. And it was Tiny Toons. It was the Tiny Toons game that was for Game Boy. I don't know if it was for Game Boy Advance or not. But it was Pikachu. I was Pikachu instead. I don't know. It looked kind of gross. But it was the same game, just Pikachu was the playable character. I only ever got to World 2. When you jumped in the water, Pikachu's sprite like collapsed in on itself. Yeah, I had a legit bootleg that I played, and no one believed me. I didn't know what bootlegs were, so when I told my friends in junior high that I had Yellow version for Game Boy Advance, and it was a weird platformer that played like Looney Tunes music, they were like, Dylan, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, did you have a bad dream or something? That doesn't exist. You're lying out your ass. But I'm not lying. It's real. Do you still have it? No, it wasn't mine. I borrowed it from someone when I was really young, so I gave it back. It was the same guy that I borrowed Ruby version from, which was real. That one was real. He's the guy that I borrowed for a week, traded all the good Pokemon off, and then gave it back to him. And he didn't seem too happy about that. But who cares? They were mine. I did that file. I was close to Moko's joint a couple of days ago. I hid myself in a flash when I saw Eden coming along. I was close enough to read what was on her bag. She called for Moko at the front and went around and back to check. That's when I heard a low rumbling sound like a door opening or something. After a while, she came back to the front and just took off, the bag still in tow. Telefang? You mean Pokemon Jade and Pokemon Amethyst? Heh. I don't think she changed that much. Sorry, it wasn't it wasn't Amethyst, right? It was the original Diamond version, wasn't it? I don't think she changed that much, but that means we're still in a jam. My sister had a Vietnamese Pokemon game bought from the flea market. Like Crystal? Like full up Crystal? Diamond and Jade, that was what it was. Telefang. Pokemon Diamond for the GBA. That seemed to be a little more specific, and nothing sounded like a lie in particular. Well, what do you expect? I ain't gone lying bone in my body. Oh. I would like to call the court's attention to how the witness heard something that sounded like a door opening after the defendant went around the back. We believe that to be when the defendant trespassed into the plaintiff's residence. Oh, this is gonna be an easy one. So she snuck in after all. She remains highly suspicious. Please hold off on making any conclusions until after the cross-examination. Found a bootleg GBA Pokemon Obsidian edition in Turkish Bazaar. But I found Pokemon Black version in a garage sale by an old man. I've always wondered about yard sales. I've never found a video game in a yard sale before, but creepypastas have led me to believe that if you do, you're about to experience the strangest thing in your life, and you will feel compelled to push to a point where you're basically dead, but still have enough energy to write a shitty creepypasta about it. That's the most amazing part about those things, is when the stories are like, I pretty much just got attacked and near murdered, and everyone in my family is dead now, and my haunted video game console is like, you're next. Anyway, I'm writing a story about this on the internet and putting it up here. So yeah, this totally happened. Do trust me. Okay, I know exactly where to go from here. Yeah, she called, went around back to check. That's when I heard the relumbering, like a door opening or something. Alright, well, I'm gonna get more info on this first. But I know I need to present the trap piece here, too. How many times did you hear that sound? Don't remember. But I know it was a few times. Definitely fit with how jittery she was. Did you hear any footsteps? Nope. Can't say I did. Not even my superhuman hearing could pick up anything at that range. Again with your embellishments. So how did you know for sure that one went inside? Because I couldn't see her. I heard the sound of a door opening and a sharp crack. The Shameimaru, stop trying to stall with pointless questions. I will hand it to most spooky spaghetti writers, is they decided even the worst, stupidest tropes imaginable in creepypastas, It seems unanimously agreed upon that turning the big bad into a stuffed animal is the least scary ending to a story you could ever hope to do. I've never seen that again. I would hope I would never see that again either. Ooh, Sonic EXE. Ooh, it's going to hurt. Kill everyone I know. Ooh, it's a stuffed animal. Oh no, I'm gonna get strangled by a teddy in my sleep. It's like as big as his hand. What? A stuffed animal? That was the scariest thing you could come up with? Shameimaru, stop trying to stall with pointless questions. There is a point. It's because there is a contradiction in this testimony, is no contradiction in this testimony. Might be a contradiction in this testimony. There might be. What do you mean by that? It must be one or the other. Black or white. I can't say for sure if there is or isn't one yet. Allow your convictions to speak for you. That would be the best course of action you can take at this time. It sounds like you've gone back to your usual way of talking. You seem to like that phrase a lot. Get on with the trial. After a while, she came back. Okay, no, it's definitely there. It's here. It's here. It's in here. I know it is. Jay's the one with the deer on it? I think so, yeah. Alright, keep it coming. Keep it coming. There is a contradiction in this testimony. There is a contradiction in her testimony. If you say so, then why don't you show us the evidence? Of course, see for yourself. She didn't go in at all. It's probably the door piece. Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha, bit. What is that? Mere junk? This is a piece of a trap that I picked up at Miss Fujiwara's hut. This trap was installed to help her prevent mischievous fairies from entering. However, someone very recently broke it. So the sharp crack that the witness heard was... Yes, the sound of the trap breaking. And when the trap broke, the door became stuck in a place, making entry impossible. Therefore, it is impossible that Miss Gyakuten was able to enter the hut. I see. That makes sense. Does the prosecution have any objections? But you bought a bootleg from an official toy store? Were they actually bootlegs, or were they just the same game with a different name? None, Your Honor. Witness, move on to your next testimony. Well, aren't we, little Miss Pushy? But Remilly ain't Remilly if she ain't a brat. If the witness would refrain from unnecessary remarks. This is blowing up in her face, yeah. Remy's trying to establish something here, and it's not working, and she's getting annoyed. Yeah, I just remembered that other thing you wanted me to talk about anyway. I've never played Vietnamese Crystal. Chat, are there any Pokemon games with, like, really shitty translations to them that would be fun to play? Because Vietnamese Crystal is, like, the only one I can think of, and that would be fun, but that one's also been done to death. Everybody's done Vietnamese Crystal. Now that I think about it, when Eren came back to the front, she decided to go in that way for some reason. Book of Pokemon. See, that would be fun. That would be very fun. I would love to play poorly translated versions of Pokemon games where they're run through a translator multiple times, like the Book of Mario and stuff. That kind of thing has entertainment value. She went pretty far inside, seemed like she was looking for something. All I could see from where I was looking were some veggies on the floor. Couldn't see any further than that. But when she came out, she was still holding onto that medicine bag. Wait a minute. Miss Gyakuten did go into Miss Fujiwara's hut. Things aren't looking very good for us. Although that should go without saying. Why didn't you say so earlier, Miss Kirisame? Hey, I just forgot. My bad. Well, there was nothing you could have done. I'm sure everyone has forgotten a few things, only to remember their importance later. She had a plan like this from the start. Does anyone know how to do that? To run an entire script through multiple translators? Because if anyone knows how to do that, then we could easily set that up, but I have no idea how that thing works. I imagine it's not as simple, though, as what I'm thinking it to be. You can't run everything at the same time. You gotta run it all individually, something like that. She had it planned from this from the start. But regardless, as you have heard, our defendant indeed entered the plaintiff's dwelling. I believe her goal should be obvious. Switching the medicines, correct? Exactly, Your Honor. I cannot think of anything else. In that case, I shall give my verdict after the precursory cross-examination. Are you prepared, Miss Shameimaru? Yes, Your Honor, I am ready. I better find a solid contradiction now, or else. How the hell did she get inside? Now that I think about it, when Anna came back to the front, she decided to go in that way for some reason. But Anna didn't go inside, did she? Was the front door unlocked? I don't think there was a lock at all. Seems kind of dumb to me, specifically if she made a trap for the fairies and all. She probably thought that anyone wanting to cause mischief would prefer to be sneaky about it, not brazenly barge into the front door. In any case, was Miss Gyakuten concerned about her surroundings? Nope, she went in as soon as she came back. I gotta say, the way she just waltzed in was pretty cool. That's because you would do the same thing. She went pretty far inside. Seems like she was looking for something. I don't see any contradictions in here, so... Press everything. How did you know she was looking for something? I heard rustling sounds and footsteps and stuff. Do you know of what she was looking for? Do you know for what she was looking? Nope, none at all. Really didn't have a good look inside. How far could you see? Well, since you asked. All I could see from where I was looking were some veggies on the floor. That'd be the cucumbers. You saw vegetables. Like I said earlier, I got me some really good eyes. So I was able to see at least that far back. So she should have seen the vegetable themselves. What were they again? Pumpkins. Does this really matter? So that means you saw a bunch of cucumbers, am I right? Yeah, they were definitely pretty much all cucumbers. Though thought Moko turned into a kappa or something. Is it just me, or was there a contradiction in that statement? Couldn't see any further than that. Hold on, what? A contradiction. Veggies on the floor. Oh god. Oh god. Well, this will be fun. I think we found the point of interest, but I'm not confident on it yet, so let's just keep going. Oh boy. You mentioned earlier that you were hiding in a thicket. Were you really able to see inside? Yeah, since Anna went inside, I stepped out in a bit to get a better look. But you still weren't able to see all the way in. I know that Adam was doing something in there, okay? Trust me, I know that feeling well. What feeling? Hey, don't sweat the small stuff. I have to. But when she came out, she was still holding on to that medicine bag. And she came out looking relieved. Pokemon Green is poorly translated to English. Is it? How bad? Well, I want to play... The next Gen 1 game I'm playing is fucking Pokemon Char and Pokemon Zard, where everything is just Charizard. Because why not? But yeah, shitty translation green with those green sprites. Whoa, that would be an adventure. She came out looking relieved. I wouldn't say that. But she was back to her usual uptight self. No jitters or nothing. She wasn't nervous. I'd expect a more defeated expression. Hey, it's not good for humans to give up that easily. What does that have to do with anything? I haven't found where to strike the decisive blow yet. I better listen to her again. Oh, but I have. That was everything. So... So the point of interest is the third statement with the cucumbers. All I can see were the veggies on the floor. What do I have so far on this? Medicine, lemon, delivery checklist, add-ins thingy, Moko's medicine, medicine bag. Given us thanks for guiding Toya the band before us, was forgotten soon after reception. I don't think that qualifies as a contradiction though, because they're there. She forgot about them when they were there, when she delivered the medicine. The medicine was delivered because of these cucumbers, right? Yes. She ate them, got indigestion. That's what it was. Only in a bag, Tori's only contained 2 and just medicine for humans. Found by Aiden on the floor. The bag packaging caused Aiden to conclude that Moko's bag was short one pack. Yomu's medical chart, broken trap part, delivery route, photo of Yuiko, mirror, and Aaron. Do not take the medicine. I don't know. I don't know. The player should be a Charizard. Yeah, you're right. Wouldn't they be on the table rather than the floor if they were never touched? Possible. They were eaten, which is why this whole fiasco happened. But they were after it was. She was giving them a week ago. Oh, I'm confused. I don't understand actually. Did you really see any vegetables? Maybe something happened last time I played this, or information I'm missing or something, because I don't really know how this works. Man, you're still going on about that. I said I did, didn't I? I'm only telling you what happened. Unfortunately for you, what you just told us did not actually happen. There was a contradiction in your statement just now. A contradiction? Where? When Miss Yakokoto visited Miss Fujiwara's hut, those vegetables were further back in the room, resting on a mat. Yet you just testified to seeing them. That is a clear contradiction. I mean, I guess. I guess? So, they were in the back of her room. So Marissa couldn't actually see them. Marissa couldn't see them, but she knows they were there. How does she know they're there? But I don't recall them being in the location they were in. But I think that's just because it's been a while since I last played it. That's all. Hey, maybe I just made a little mistake, huh? Sure, I didn't see it yet. But once I had and left, I took a quick peek inside for myself. Nothing wrong with that. Except for the whole trespassing part. But as your testimony has a contradiction, I cannot allow it as evidence. Oh, what do you want? Have you forgotten the heart of the matter? We are trying to determine if the defendant switched the medicine. The other details are mere trifles. Marissa wouldn't have been able to see it if she had been in there, unless she was in there herself, yes. But I did not recall where the cucumbers were relative to the front door, because I do not know where the front door is. I don't have a layout for the house. I can't lose this one. If that's what you want, then I have proof that the medicine was not switched to the hut. Do I? No, I don't. Then I would appreciate it if you would share it with us. Do you really have that evidence, Aya? I got caught up in the moment and blurted it out. Do we have anything? Don't ask me. What should we do? Wait, if the medicine hadn't been delivered by the time Miss Yakokoto showed up, that should work if I can prove it. Oh, shit. Would you be quick about it? If you do not, the judge will end this trial before long. Yes, I am aware of that. Here is the proof that Miss Yakokoto did not, or rather could not, have switched the medicine. Cock. I'm not good at this. She could not switch the medicine. Why could she not switch the medicine? Is it because the medicine hadn't showed up yet? What's with the damn note? The note says, do not take the medicine. No. Ain't that. There's a size contradiction between the blah, blah, blah. They aren't they? Unfortunately for you. Shameimaru, please use your words for speaking in the future. It's probably left a bad impression on her. That is a pretty much word for word from when Phoenix fucks up. Okay. She could not swap the medicine there. Why could she not swap the medicine there? See, I don't know. I don't know. Why could she not swap the medicine in the house if she was in there? Is it the drop medicine pack? Is it Notori's medicine? Is it the medicine bag? Is it Moko's medicine? Is it the delivery form? Shows the orders deliveries are made, new customers are placed at the end. So Moko's medicine was delivered last, right? But Eren delivered the medicine. No, it wouldn't be the trap, because we've established that Eren, we know that Eren broke the trap in the back door, but now we know she entered through the front door anyway. What we're trying to prove now is that she was unable to switch the medicine at the hut. But I'm not quite sure how. Moko's was supposed to be delivered last, yeah. But Raisin's the one who does the deliveries, right? So the medicine wouldn't have existed yet? But then why would she leave a note saying, don't take the medicine? Unless Raisin had already set out. Raisin already set out. And she, but Eren was carrying medicine with her. Okay, let me see if I can get this chain of events. So, let me think. So Raisin sets out to do the delivery, right? So Moko's last. So Moko shouldn't have medicine at all in her house. So Eren sees the drop packet on the floor, believes it's Moko's, and takes medicine to Moko, assuming that to be the case, but there's no medicine actually there. So she leaves a note telling her not to take the medicine once it arrives, because it's incorrect, I guess? This is what the logic I'm going with. Okay, let's see if I was correct here. Please look at this chart. This is the chart that Ms. Raisin uses when she makes her deliveries. Going by this, we can see that she starts from Yokai Mountain and finally ends up at Miss Fujiwara's hut. Meaning that at the time Miss Yakokoro came to the hut, the medicine had not yet been delivered. Okay, I'm right there. So far so good. I wonder, she might have come after Miss Raisin and delivered it. No, that's impossible. Raisin does not actually complete a delivery unless the recipient is at home, and Miss Fujiwara was not. Yes, that sounds like a proper procedure. Something as dangerous as medicine must be delivered directly. Does the prosecution have any objections? I think my explanation jumped the gun, chat, because they didn't go any further than to just be like, nah, it wasn't there yet. No, I do not, Your Honor. We won. I was only about halfway sure that was going to work. But something is still unclear. Oh boy. Huh? Still seems possible that the bag the defendant left the hut with was not the same one she had when she first entered. If she made the switch, then she would have left holding a different bag. Naturally, if you cannot prove she was holding the same bag, the suspicion that she switched the medicine remains. No, I can't prove anything like that. Aya, turn your point of view about the situation. You mean think about it from another angle? You can use what Miss Kirisame said she saw in her testimony. But how would that help? Defense, what are you discussing? Sorry, Your Honor, just making some preparations. I would appreciate it if you would... if you would make haste. If you do not present your evidence, I will hand down my verdict. Yes, I'm ready to present it now. This is my evidence. Of what? Don't tell me it's the bag again. I gotta use Marissa's testimony against her. Marissa's testimony. It's gotta be the bag, right? With the false name. It has to be. Wow. How does he do it? Oh, it's the medicine bag found at the plaintiff's residence. How is this evidence? If the court would take a closer look, they would see there is a typo here. Indeed. But would anyone be able to read this small text from a distance? Miss Kirisame testified earlier that the bag had "for Miss Moko Fujiwara" written on it. So if I may confirm with you, Miss Kirisame, did the bag Miss Gyakuten was holding before and after she entered the hut bear a typo? Yeah, sure did. Thought something was weird about it. Guess her name was spelled wrong. Meaning that the switch did not take place. No, she just switched the packets inside. That would allow her to keep the same bag. That is simply not doable. When Miss Fujiwara first took the medicine, she had to break the seal on the bag. If the packets had been switched, then the seal would have already been broken. Impeccable logic. Simply impeccable. What? How is she keeping her composure? I had imagined the switch could only occur at either Aante or the plaintiff's hut. However, thanks to your cross-examination, I now know it couldn't have happened at the hut, which leaves the only possibility as the clinic at Aante. A sound theory. However, as it was stated earlier, there were only 4 people at the clinic that day, and 2 lacked the opportunity. And of the 2 remaining, one of them is the defendant. So the prosecution would like to summon the final person as a witness at this time. What? Wait a minute, please! There we go. I don't have an objection, I see. I expected you would understand. You demon! You devil! You inhuman! Oh, right, she's a vampire. Yeah? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to summon another witness. Yuko Sayoji, correct? I approve. Until she arrives, we shall take a short recess. Truly, thank you for all your hard work, defense. You were able to prove that the switch could only have happened at the clinic. I walked right into her trap. There is nowhere else to run now. Come on, Momiji. We're gonna have to plan our strategy with Miss Gyakuten. Alright, chat. This is it. The final stretch. Tap, tap. Well, that was the worst possible outcome. Not just for the trial, but for myself, too. We tried so hard to break down Miss Kirisame's testimony, only to end up helping the prosecution. We were completely fooled. Maybe we should have tried to come up with some other place where the switch could have been made. But I'm certain that Miss Sayoji is going to put up a fight. Why? If she really is the culprit, then she obviously is going to lie about it. Oh, you're right. But if we can't see through her lies, we're finished for good. And we have no idea what's going on in her head. Being a defense attorney is certainly difficult. But it's not like we know what's going on in her head either. You're still as attached as ever, I see. What if you got declared guilty? I shall cross that bridge when I come to it. However, the more immediate issue is that I have nearly filled up all the pages in my diary. It has nothing to do with this case. The problem is how Miss Sayoji will testify. I just know that she's going to try to blame you for the crime. She will blame me. Oh dear, what a predicament. Just who do you think is on trial here? I am certain that you will prevail somehow. I cannot blame you for your nervousness, though. You must have been around the block quite a few times. Despite how young I look, I have indeed. My youthful appearance is due to a special medicine I created. Chat, she's bragging about her looks. Oh my. Oh my. She doesn't look a day over 1,000. 100,000. It even keeps my skin smooth and silky. Really? Forget the diary, just give me that. Apologies, but I lack the ingredients needed to make the compound. Almost everything required in the formula cannot be found here. So tell me what you need. I'll find some way to get them for you. Aya, you're starting to lose focus. Don't interrupt, Momiji. Do it again, and I'll seriously hate you for the next 1,000 years. But it's time. Looks like the trial has already started. Foxy grandma. I'm sure a picture of the picture exists with them on with that hat. What is it? It's Yukari. I think it's Yukari. Yeah, it is. It's Yukari, Eren, and Kaneko. They're the three old ladies because they have the character Ya in their names. Yakumo, Yasaka, and Yakugoro, which means, I guess it means old lady or hag or something. So those three get to be the old ladies. Not Junko though. Junko is still young, I guess, because she doesn't have a last name. You could say that Ron falls under that category as well because it shares the last name with Yukari, but I guess it doesn't count. That's just how it is. Gyakuten, yeah. Gyakuten's pretty old. Yuka, though? I don't know. Yuka's a weird one. Is she older? I know she's pretty... Actually, well, no, she probably is, because in Touhou 9, Eiki cites her, like, her biggest crime is that she's been alive for way too long. So Yuka's probably real old. But she's still hip. She's young, she's hip. She's cool. Yes, Your Honor, please take the stand, witness. I hit the button by accident. There she is. Big, tall, and dead. State your name and occupation. Gyakuten ain't that old, though? Gyakuten is quite old, actually. She became afraid of her own mortality when her brother died, so she studied the arts to preserve her youth, which led her down the route of yokai magic, which ended up with her being banished by humans. She was also a yokai apologist. She believed that humans and yokai could coexist, and humans didn't like that. However, there were quite a few yokai who respected her for what she did, those being the characters of UFO. Gyakuten has an interesting story to her. I like her as a character, but she is pretty old. She's mad old. She's still cute enough and doesn't look that old. Huh? That's all of them. Come on. Don't be a fool. Yikosai Yoji. I manage the spirits in the netherworld. Look at this one. She dead. She dead. You telling me she looks old? She's been dead for a long time. Yes, I am well acquainted with your work. Your assistance is invaluable to us. Suko sometimes gets in by virtue of being older than Kaneko. That's true. Suko is also an old lady, but she's small frog girl. But not actually frog. She just roleplays the frog. What a strange character she is. And she's way better than Kaneko, too. You and the other Enma are always busy, 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 and then you run these trials on top of everything. It is all part of my duty. If you may, I'd like you to testify at least once. But what I saw at the clinic the day before yesterday? The same. Come to think of it, it's quite an impressive gathering of influential figures here right now. My camera would be getting a real workout if there weren't a trial going on. It's true, chat. If you ask a room of 10 people who they like more between Kaneko and Suiko, I guarantee an 8-to-2 ratio in Suiko's favor. I can almost guarantee it. It's just not a hard question. That's all. All right, now isn't the time to stand on slack-jawed amazement. We did that test. Yeah, we did. And we came up with about 9-3, I think. Some people said Sanai and some people said both. In other words, their answers didn't count. If I ask you who's better between two characters and you tell me both, you lame. That's like when you do the Touhou sorter and you click tie. Imagine doing the Touhou sorter and clicking tie for every character. You never get consistent results. You either like someone more than the other, or you gotta. You don't like characters equally. There's always something. Even if it's the smallest, stupidest thing that you like more about them. You don't tie in the sorter. That's true. I didn't. Can't wait to do that again, honestly. I did that in March, I think. So I'll probably do it again. Like at the... When should I do it? When should I do another sorter, chat? Should I do that like 6 months? Or should I do it after a year? Because I have a pretty good feeling that my list is going to change a lot. Because I've experienced a lot of the different things that the characters I wasn't familiar with came with. Do it in December, November. Yeah, that seems good to me. Annually. See, yeah, a year would be good. I think a year would be pretty good. But the 6-month gap would also be pretty good. Because I can tell you one thing, chat. This character right here in front of you, she's probably moving up the list by a lot. Saw the moment when Anna fell down in the medicine room. Seemed she had tripped on a brush and had fallen to the floor. The poor brush broke in the ordeal. Picked tie in the sorter with all the PC98 characters I knew next to nothing about. See, I just didn't hit tie. I just kept hitting the button. Ties are for cowards. I will be honest though, I probably shouldn't have included the PC98 characters on that list because of very few of them I actually knew anything about. There's not much to them, is all. So when a PC98 character kind of shows up high on your tier list, it means you really like that character in its small appearance. Or it's Mima. Or it's Mima. The characters... I wouldn't count Yuka and PC98 versions of duplicates. I don't think I want to count next time, though, because it just seems a bit goofy. It's like, who do I like better, Reimu or Reimu when she had purple hair? I like Reimu better than Reimu who had purple hair. So some of the medicine packets fell from the shelves too. The brush was moved underneath a shelf and then she did the unthinkable. I can't even imagine what that is. Hence the unthinkable bit. She put some of the fallen packets onto a shelf, different from the original position. Then she muttered, "This is for the princess. How dreadful." Justice for Yumemi. I like Yumemi. I really do. Yumemi and Rikako, probably two of my favorite characters from PC98 era. I think my top 3 is Yumemi. Yeah, Yumemi, Rikako, and Shinki. I think those are my top 3 favorite characters from PC98. Special shoutouts to Genji, the man, the myth, the turtle. She can't be serious. Such blatantly false testimony. At this point in the trial, there's no way the judge bought that. So, that is what happened. In that case, I shall hand down my verdict. Please hold on, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined her yet. Why are you being so persistent? I think you should just concede this time. Yes, I agree. That testimony was the nail on the coffin. But I can pry that nail out. Because it's nothing more than a big fat lie. If you are that certain, I shall allow it. If you put too much faith in your client, you're going to end up in tears. Just a warning. See, the thing is it's unconfirmed that Genji is still alive, but he's retired and hangs out in the shrine, I guess. So, he's still there. He just doesn't do anything anymore. You know what? Let the man rest. Genji's been through a lot, dealing with a very temperamental child. He deserves the last bit of a stretch of his life in retirement. Unless you need him on the soccer field, in which case, he coming. I believe in Miss Yakukoro. I don't really think she did it, but... Of course I have to trust Eren. Why wouldn't I? She's my client. Who is a defense attorney that doesn't trust their client? I need to stop letting their taunts get to me and focus on exposing Masayoji's lies. Game time. It was just after Yomu had finished being examined. She was talking to Raisin, who had just returned in the waiting room. Alright, time to press everything. Let's do it. Can you be more specific about the time frame? We arrived at the clinic before noon, so this was the afternoon. The examination took a bit longer than I expected. And Miss Rayson had just returned then. Yes, from the looks of it, she makes a return trip to the clinic during the afternoon. And where was Miss Gyakuten at this time? I will touch on that next. I saw the moment where Eren fell down in the medicine room. So Miss Gyakuten was in the medicine room. Ooh. That's right. I was expecting her to make Yomu's prescription. But it seems like that was not her only purpose. And you saw her fall down. Well, because I had nothing else to do with my servant in conversation with another party. And how was Miss Gyakuten after that? She seemed fine to me. I just never imagined she would do what she did after. Even though she didn't. It seems she had tripped on the brush and had fallen to the floor. The poor brush broke in the ordeal. A brush? Is that really what made her lose her footing? That's right. Watching that farmer just take a tumble like that was certainly not something you see every day. And that's how some of the medicine packets fell off the shelf. Exactly. Her brush, huh? That might be a clue. That's when some of the medicine packets fell from the shelves, too. Keep it up, keep it up. Do you remember how many of them fell? I cannot recall. I do not think it was any great number, however. So what color were they? Oh, there should have been 2 different colors, white and pink. Were they not? No contradictions here. She's just stating the facts, for now. Brushes would move underneath the shelf, but then she did the unthinkable. Did she really put the broken brush under a shelf? I saw it as plain as a cherry blossom tree in full bloom. There's that brush again. It has to be a hint. She put some of the fallen packets onto a shelf. Come on. No, it's still on. Okay. She put some of the fallen packets onto a shelf different from their original position. I got air blowing on my feet. Did she mix them all up? No, it wasn't like that. She returned a few of the packets properly. Which ones? I believe the ones for the Moria's Shrine Maiden. Do you remember where she placed which packets? Not entirely. I will testify later if I remember. Oh, you're definitely gonna remember. Just can't make you right now. Chat, do I need a feet emote? Is that what I need? What character could I possibly use for a feet emote? What would you even do for that? And she muttered, "This is for the princess. How dreadful." Oh, please don't. No. She unmistakably said, "For the princess." Minorico? Oh, yeah, because she's got 2 left feet. That's a good one. Yes, I was certain she did, but I wonder who the princess is. Would it be Miss Horai-san? Everyone at Aante calls her that. Undoubtedly, but I wonder what she meant by that. To me, it's because Miss Horai-san and Miss Fujiwara are on extremely bad terms. They seem to know quite a lot. It's because I'm a journalist. I get the feeling she's trying to give me the slip. I can't let this keep up. Once more for the top. What? Oh no. It might have to do with the brush. Oh god. When did the brush break? It broke on the day in question while sorting prescriptions, breaking it beyond repair and while attempting to repair it left Eren in shock. Oh, because medicine. The brush is important here. Oh god. It has to do with stuff in the... Reflects the light on the window in the medicine room for a short period of time during the morning. Okay, so it has to do with the evidence I found in the clinic itself, yeah? I don't know. I don't know, chat. I'm not really sure. The brush broke. Broke in the ordeal. It was broken on the day in question while sorting prescriptions. Breaking it beyond repair. Yeah, okay. Was that a lie? Some of the medicine packets fell from the shelves, too. The brush was moved underneath the shelf, but then she did the unthinkable. She put some of the fallen packets onto a shelf different from their original position. The brush was moved underneath the shelf, but then she did the unthinkable. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Is it the brush or the medicine packets? Seems she had tripped on a brush that had fallen on the floor. The poor brush broke in the ordeal. Saw the moment Aiden fell down in the medicine room. I'm gonna give it a shot because I'm really not sure what to do here. And they didn't give me any hints. They were just like, I didn't see anything, try again. Oh god, it's the brush. Why is it the brush? Why is it the brush? Please recall Miss Compacker's testimony from yesterday. She stated that she witnessed Miss Yakuko in an agitated state due to her broken brush before her examination. It's impossible that she broke it afterwards. Oh, for fuck's sakes, you're right. Oh. Right, I do not believe that her testimony contained any falsehoods. However, that puts the current testimony at odds with established facts. Chat, I'm going to have to play this game with less of a gap between it, because I didn't remember that at all. And now that it says it, it makes perfect sense. So, got to be careful on that one. Does the prosecution have any objections? There goes my ankle and my belly. What? I can't believe it. That's what I want to say, but I must relent. Testify as you should. Oh, my mistake. I suppose my memory is a little foggy. Allow me to mend this error. I would like for you to be a little more prudent this time. The part about Aiden falling down is fact, but I was simply mistaken in the cause. It was not her brush, but her paperweight. It ended up on the floor somehow, and her foot caught it. She knocked the medicine off the shelf, and the rest follows what I said before. Fact remains that she would do something as heinous as rearranging the medicine to cause harm to others. Oh, I thought she was gonna... She didn't revise all that much. Her confidence is clearly evident, huh? Well, she has to be lying. There must be a contradiction. We just have to cross-examine her to figure it out. Well, let's start with the lemon and the fact that she knew it was a paperweight and not a lemon, even though it's established in the text that it looks exactly like a lemon to anyone who is actually looking at it. So she would have to know ahead of time, right? I am so smart. Not her brush, but her paperweight. I'm a genius. Down on the floor somehow, and her foot caught it. Her paperweight. It always comes back to the lemons, doesn't it? Miss Yakuko fell due to her paperweight. That's right, it's small but heavy, but it's not hard to imagine tripping over it if it fell on the floor. Was there a paperweight in that room? What was the paperweight like? Very unusual shape. Oh, what was it again? You can't remember what it looked like. I'm sorry, my memory has completely forsaken me. Paperweight with an odd shape, then maybe it's just a guess, but would it happen to be it? This happened to be it. That's it. There's probably only a single one like that in the whole world, and it looks scrumptious. Huh? I get the feeling there's a contradiction here. Press harder. Yeah, how'd you know it's a paperweight? It's a lemon. Besides, Yoji, how did you know this was a paperweight? Isn't it obvious just by looking at it? It's very well made. I'm not so sure. Miss Konvaku stated yesterday that she mistook it for a real lemon. It doesn't seem like something you could tell as a replica by sight alone. She would eat the paperweight. She probably tried, and that's why she knows it's a paperweight. The defense's line of questioning is veering off course, Your Honor. You would like to get her back on track. Indeed, Miss Shameimaru, make your point. Then if the court would consider this, Miss Saiyoji entered the medicine room and felt the paperweight for herself. That is the only possible way she would have known about it. Do you have proof that I did? If you're confident enough to make that conjecture, then I should hope you do. Present the evidence that proves your claim. They're all breathing down my neck. Here's my evidence. Evidence that she... It's because at the time... I know exactly why. Because remember, at the time in question, I remember this part. Yomu mentioned that the smell of garlic... Aiden told her to mind the smell, which she assumed was lemon because she saw the lemon, but it was actually garlic. And the fact that the kimono reeks of garlic means that she was in the room at the time of the garlicky smell, which means my brain is massive. A picture of a kimono. How is this proof? The kimono in this picture is the one that Miss Sayoji wore on the day in question. However, it smelled strongly of garlic and was dirty as if she had fallen down. Can you not mention garlic? It's so unpleasant. But what you wanted to talk about yesterday? It can't be. The only place that smelled of garlic on the day is that medicine room at Aente. And the dirt on the kimono. I will be direct. The one who fell in the medicine room was not Miss Gyakuten, but you, Miss Sayoji. Am I wrong? I would like an answer. Yes, it was just as you say. I didn't want to admit it falling, so I tried to cast the blame onto someone else. That means... Witness, I will give you one more chance to testify. As much as it will pay me to do it, I will have you declare your entire testimony as void should it be proven that you were lying again. Alright, chat. Now it's time. Yes, I entered the medicine room. It was while Yomu and Raisin were talking, so it was afternoon. I was just a little curious, but a mirror reflected a ray of light onto my eyes and caused me to trip. However, the main cause was a lemon-shaped paperweight that had fallen onto the floor. The shock from the impact knocked out the medicine packets from the shelves. Before I could do anything, Aiden came to the room. I saw her take 3 white packets and place them in Moko's spot, and then do the same with 3 pink packets in Notori's. Then she picked up the paperweight from the floor and said, "Not a word of this to anyone." I wasn't sure what she meant at the time, but I do now. She switched their placements on purpose. She truly has some nerve to do something like that in front of others. Oh, I got her. I can't believe it. She's completely setting Miss Gyakuten up as to be the culprit. This does not look good at all. If we can't prove anything in our cross-examination, Chad, I already know, because my brain is huge and there's only one piece of evidence left to present. I see, but I do not understand why you did not give that testimony from the start. There are no contradictions in my opinion. Of course, Your Honor. Now please hand down your verdict. Very well, then I... Please wait, Your Honor. We haven't cross-examined this testimony yet. What good will it do at this point? The prosecution believes this testimony is sufficient to pass judgment. Even if the prosecution does, the defense does not. I feel this may not be a productive use of time. So is the court going to just ignore the rights of the defense? If so, then the defense will have no choice but to take countermeasures. What would those countermeasures be? They would be... Aya, please calm down. Momiji? This is no time to start a dispute. We're better off cross-examining the witness. Your Honor, it is a naturally given right for the defense to cross-examine every testimony. Can we not exercise that right? Please tell us clearly in black and white terms. Very well then, I will grant you the right to cross-examine her. We should be fine now, Aya. Let's start. To the judge, victory is determined in black and white terms. Absolutely. Those 2 colors are the meaning of my existence. Thank you, Momiji. Now we can expose Miss Sayoji's lie no matter what. I got her. Oh, I gotcha. It's game time. Right after I wheel the mouse over here and save the game. I was just a little curious. A mirror reflected a ray of light in my eyes and caused me to trip. Oh. You poor fool. Uh-oh, I'm the fool. Looks like I need more information. I understand the point I was trying to make here. That happened? What mirror was this? The mirror in the medicine room, of course. I didn't expect a mirror to be in a place like that. It does seem a little unnatural, I suppose. Do you know what time it was? As I said before, it was afternoon. Maybe the light only reflects off the mirror at that time. Actually, it's the opposite. I think I smell a contradiction. Oh, great. So I had to press and pursue. I had the right idea, Chad. I was too big brain. So Miss Kompaku's examination ended afternoon. Correct? That's right. I saw her talking with Raisin too. and you came to the clinic before noon. I imagine it was around that time. You seem to be awfully fussy about the time. Because this trial hangs upon that detail, should I challenge her? Of course. I'll beat your ass. If I'm gonna contest her testimony, I'll need evidence. What should I pick? Well, you picked the mirror then, dummy. Oh, we got her now. We running home with it. There is a contradiction in your testimony. The mirror only catches the light in the morning. However, you say you saw the reflection in the afternoon. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so that's the point you were trying to make. You were oddly calm about this. The clinic's operating hours are very short. In this case, afternoon is just a figure of speech. She's right. If you're going to focus on that one detail, you're just going to waste everyone's time. Well, damn, now I feel small-brained. But do you have any evidence? Like that kind of evidence could exist. But if they want to fight, I'll just have to bluff. I do. If the court would take a look at this, it will all be very clear. What will? Oh, I'm not presenting anything. She's doing that for me. She's presenting Yomu's medical chart for some reason. On that day, Miss Yakukoto's handwriting worsened as a result of her brush breaking. I can't imagine it would be even easier for her to do even a routine checkup in a timely manner. But the defendant is an excellent physician. Physician? Physician? Oh god. Physician. Physician? Chad, I'm struggling. Oh my god. Physician? Oh no. I hope that was right. Diagnosing a simple summer cold should take no time at all. I have no idea why I'm struggling with that word. So if she is as excellent as you were implying, how could she switch the medicines like that? Doesn't that seem like a contradiction to you? The defense has a point. However, I still cannot say that the witness is lying at this juncture. Continue the cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. I proved this contradiction, but it wasn't enough, huh? However, the main cause was the lemon-shaped paperweight that has fallen onto the floor. Oh god, there's more. No, no, not more. Not more. No. Shock from the impact, not all the medicine packs on the shelf before I could do anything, and it came into the room. Alright, let's get some information here. Do you know what Miss Yakukoto was doing until then? I was trying to pick myself up off the ground, so I had no idea. Did she say anything? Nothing in particular. I don't think she even noticed me. But thinking back on it now, I guess why she came into the room to do that. And what is that? I shall explain it. I saw her take 3 white packets in place of a Moko spot and do the same with 3 pink packets in Notori's. You actually saw her do that. She was very quick about it, but I'm certain she did. So taking sword lessons from Yomu, so I was able to keep up. Is that true? She still looks like her usual relaxed self. Oh, did anything about that strike you as odd? Not at all. Whatever she did, the reality is the reality of the situation. You only see what you want to see. Because you keep trying to divert our attention. Anyway, don't you think you might be mistaken about the filing system? Yomu may have testified yesterday that she was, but I'm not. What I saw is the truth. Truth. That's a nice word. Has the same wonderful ring to it that faith does. If the prosecution would refrain from additional comments, and regardless, there's a contradiction in her testimony. Oops. Did you say contradiction? Then please submit your evidence supporting the claim. Unless, of course, that was a bluff. Now I've done it. I let myself get too carried away and just blurted it out. Could you wait a bit longer? Then I will present evidence. It's got to be the drop medicine pack. I will present evidence. You seem confident, although it might just be another of your bluffs. It's like she has an x-ray vision or something. She sees right through me. No, I actually do have confidence in my evidence. Here. I think it's the drop medicine pack. Because she put 3 white medicine packs in Moko's bag and 3 pink packs, right? But there was one on the floor, which means she didn't put 3 in there. Oh my god, there it is. The brain has come at the perfect time. Here it is. Here is the proof. This is the bag delivered to Miss Kawashiro's house. While it contains human medicine, it only has 2 packets. There's the contradiction in the witness's testimony. I guess the truth is like that sometimes. Fate is a lot more sensible. That's not what you were saying before. Does this not prove the unreliability of the witness's testimony? That is the decision for the judge to make. I cannot declare her testimony null on such a minor mistake. Continue the cross-examination. She's so stubborn. Then she picked up the paperweight from the floor and said not a word of this to anyone. Please, please give up. I've got you on 2 different charges here. What did she mean by this? I think it meant placing the packets on different shelves. I didn't understand the meaning of it at the time, though. Why did Miss Yakugoro not want you to mention it to anyone else? I don't know. She wanted to keep me quiet about it. She just needed to ask. But to go that far seems... Pressing her now won't produce anything of worth. We won't know until we try. But as there's no proof that she didn't forbid anyone to speak of the matter, would it make sense to believe the witness's testimony? That seems like a fallacy to me. A fallacy, just like your ever so favored bluffs. It's not that I like bluffing or anything. Wasn't so sure what she meant. She switched the placements on purpose. She truly has some nerve to do that in front of others. Okay, it's probably located in here. You truly didn't know what she meant. Not at all. I felt knocked over at the medicine, and she came in and put them back in different places where they were originally. That's all I knew had happened. I think putting the medicine in different places is enough. I thought about fixing her mistake. If she did it on purpose, I had a premonition that something terrible was bound to happen, and it certainly did. Ugh, I'm so frustrated I could eat my fan. I know she's lying, but I can't prove anything. I can't say anything to prove it yet. She truly has some nerve to do something like that in front of others. I can't believe I have to dismantle this 3 different times. Maybe she's used to being watched while she works. Perhaps she thought she would not be found out if she was brazen about it. And I doubt she believed that medicine would be consumed on the very day it was delivered. Because the longer it would have taken for the effects to come to fruition, the colder the trail of evidence would have become. Exactly, but her brazen attitude ended up being her downfall. Sayoji must be worried by now. Just like I said, with the incident happening so soon after, everyone's testimonies are fresh and accurate. Except for hers, of course. She hasn't been driven into a corner yet. I'll give it one more shot. What? But I didn't press the first statement. Did you enter with any purpose in mind? Not particularly, as I said before, I was merely a little curious. But isn't that room off limits to the public? Of course not. It wasn't locked and no one stopped me. I think it was more because they didn't expect anyone to just wander in like you did. I was just a little curious, but a mirror reflected a ray of light into my eyes and caused me to trip. I mean, yeah. I know that. That happened. What mirror was this? The mirror in the medicine room, of course. It's a little natural, suppose what time it is. I mean, I'll pursue it again. Yeah, talking at Raysen. Click before noon. Challenge the details. When a contest, I need to pick evidence. Evidence is the mirror. Of course. I don't think this is going to change anything, though. The contradiction, the mirror only catch late in the morning. Yeah, it was just a general term. Take a look at Yomu's medical chart. Okay. No, that doesn't work. The main cause is the lemon-shaped paperweight that had fallen on the floor. So the light mirror blinded you, lost balance, you fell, yes. I didn't imagine such a thing exists until I saw it. Same here. Oh, I didn't press that statement. Oh, shit. Okay. That would explain it. I skipped all that, thinking I already pressed it before. Whoops. It's no use. I pressed her into a pancake, but no more lies are coming out. I never expected her to be so good at talking her way out of bad situations. But we can't admit defeat. One more. Your Honor, the defense has finished their cross-examination. Doesn't it seem like it's about time to hand down your verdict? Yes, it does. Then? Please wait, Your Honor. We're not done yet. So get on with it. My time is precious, I'll have you know. Well then. Where should I start? So you can't cross-examine her anymore. You're already out of ideas? Why, of course not. Momiji, buy us some time. Please be reasonable, Aya. Just what am I supposed to do? Anything. Fake an illness or something. There is no way we'll get away with it. In the worst case scenario, we'll be thrown out of the courtroom. But there's nothing else we can do. Momiji, please. But this isn't going to help us in any way either. Oh. What seems to be the trouble, defense? One last futile struggle. How unsightly. Whoops, I dropped my notebook. I have so much written in here, it's like a whole year's worth of newspaper articles. Don't you keep the court records in there too? No, I keep those elsewhere. Here we go. Woo. Picking it off the floor sure works up a sweat. Ah. Now that's a stall tactic. What happened, Aya? Momiji, didn't Miss Sayoji testify that Miss Yakokoro picked up the paperweight? She did. I'm sure of it. So that means that if anything else had fallen on the floor, she would have noticed it, right? Yes, that sounds reasonable. In any case, I will hand down my verdict. I find the defendant... Oh, I got her, chat. There is an obvious contradiction in Miss Sayoji's testimony. You're too late. Your verdict, Your Honor. I will give you one chance. However, if your evidence holds no sway, I will immediately continue with my verdict. Understood, Your Honor. Okay, this is important. What evidence would they accept? It's gotta be the only other thing on the floor, right? Yeah. Brain explosion. What is that? It's just medicine, is it not? Yes, indigestion medicine for humans, to be precise. However, the real meaning of this evidence is the place where it fell. Where it fell? The medicine fell when Miss Sayoji bumped into the shelves. After that, Miss Yakokoro put most of the medicine packets on the shelves and picked up the lemon-shaped paperweight from the floor. However, she did not notice one packet of medicine that had fallen to the ground. That is an obvious contradiction. Oh, now we're going. We're running with it. Didn't she simply not notice it? That is unlikely. She should have realized that there was a single pack of human indigestion medicine missing from the shelves. That is indeed a contradiction. I do not see how medicine you made yourself would not be closely monitored. What is the meaning of this, witness? Silence will not help our understanding. Miss Sayoji, if your testimony breaks down, you are the only one who will be seen as the criminal. Are you going to accept that? I myself do not want to accept it, despite my belief in you, it seems. Oh, get off me. Huh? It can't be. You treat the witness as a crook, but do you have the evidence that permits you to do so? You still haven't altogether proven that she is a guilty party. Why not? She's all but given up. What else is there? In this courtroom, surrender is not admissible without the proper evidence. Oh, that's bullshit. Baseless capitulation is the height of absurdity. It's just as she says. Even if the witness has given up, you must still provide adequate proof. No way. I can't prove anything like that. Yes, I did it. I took the boots. Even though we've come this far, we're still in a tight spot. We were just planning on getting Miss Sayoji to give in, but the way things are going, Miss Yakokoro is still going to end up guilty. That doesn't even make sense. I got it, Aya. You got what? Why don't you instead prove that Miss Yakokoro is innocent? She showed evidence that Miss Yakokoro couldn't have done it, basically. That's right. Using the process of elimination, we can remove all possibility of Miss Yakokoro committing the crime. I will leave no one but Miss Sayoji. That it will. So I need to present something that would absolutely not exist if Miss Yakokoro were the criminal. Oh god, I don't know. Something that would not exist if Miss Yakokoro were the criminal. That would be... Are you quite ready? We are waiting for your evidence. Alright, the evidence that proves Miss Sayoji is the true culprit is... Oh fuck, here we go. So evidence that wouldn't exist if Eden did it. Well, that would just be the drop medicine again, wouldn't it? Ah, that wasn't it. Nope. How are they related? They aren't, are they? Fortunately for you, well, I still got some chances. Alright, that wasn't a full-on penalty out. Enough, I cannot allow this trial to continue longer. Oh, you son of a bitch. You took a penalty from me and then killed me. Oh, fuck off. Where's that gonna put me? Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, thank God. Oh, it took me through it, chat. It took me through it. Let's do this again. Evidence that wouldn't exist if Eren was the culprit. Come on. Actually, wouldn't it be the note? Because the note, if Eren did it, why would she leave a note saying don't take the medicine? That is not the case. Game. Oh. It's a real bastard, isn't it? Go! Go! Yes. Drop. What happened? Oh wait, did I present the wrong evidence at the wrong spot? Yeah, I was supposed to. Oops. Oops. I was supposed to present the medicine packet here. And then the note. Okay, so I think my line of reasoning still makes sense. The note wouldn't exist because why would the note exist? It seems kind of counterproductive to do something like that and then write a note that says don't take the medicine. Alright. Yeah, these ones are long. I can't tell if they're long because I'm fucking up or like they're just decently long, but they definitely have some substance to them, which is great. Although I don't like this long thing here where it's like, all right, if you get it wrong, go back to start. One chance. I'm ready. Evidence that would not exist if Eren was the culprit. The note. Excellent. A note? What does this prove? No foolish stories this time, please. I wish to confirm something with the prosecution. You've decided through process of elimination that Miss Yakukoto is the criminal, as Miss Sayoji is not. Correct? That should go without mention. I've said that many times throughout this trial. In that case, if we can prove Miss Yakukoto is not the criminal, then I'll accept that Miss Sayoji is. Very well, I accept that wager. Then if Miss Yakukoto were the criminal, this would present a clear contradiction. The reason being that she had purposefully rigged the medicine to trick the victim into taking the wrong one. This note would have completely sabotaged all her efforts. Can you determine that it was the defendant who wrote this? Couldn't it be a forgery? Why would someone forge this? If this paper had remained on the door of Miss Fujiwara's hut as intended, this whole thing would have never happened. You compare the handwriting. We did not, but if you want to examine everyone at Ayante, be my guest. I can already imagine what the outcome would be. No, thank you. I trust in its authenticity regardless. But why did the victim take the medicine anyway if the paper was left for her? It came loose before she returned. And for your information, Miss Fujiwara is the one who picked it up, and I received it directly from her. I would explain it. Witness, Yuyuko Sayoji. I never expected you to. Huh? The one who switched the medicines was me. Alright, but why? That's what you wanted to hear, yes? Her attitude has taken a sudden change. Is this her true self? Why would you do something like that? It was an honest mistake. Really? Yes, nothing more, nothing less. When I tripped and knocked down the medicine off the shelves, I was mistaken in where I returned them. In essence, it was an accident. Well, if it was simply an accident, that changes matters. You cannot indict anyone that lacks animosity. This certainly turned into a troublesome affair. She's still acting like this has nothing to do with her, and with that hoity-toity attitude. Was it really a simple blunder, Miss Sayoji? Wasn't there something you held against Miss Fujiwara to make you purposefully switch those medicines? Maybe there was, and maybe there wasn't. You are on the attack, I am on the defense. On purpose or by accident? Which side will be proven the victor? Yeah, if Miss Sayoji gets away at this point, this trial is going to end in Miss Gyakuten being declared guilty. But why? We just had an admission of guilt. Taking a loss even when she admitted to her deeds would be too painful. Yeah, I'll say. I'm well aware of that, but how can I prove Miss Sayoji performed the switch intentionally? It may be hard to find, but there must be something she overlooked. If you remember what happened when the switch was made, you should be able to figure it out. So let's see here. Sayoji tripped under the shelves, causing all the medicine to fall out off the impact. The shelves contained the medicine from Miss Fujiwara and Miss Kawashiro, and I think one more person. Oh. It was Miss Kochiya, wasn't it? That means the medicine on those shelves belonged to 2 humans and 1 yokai. Due to the color of the packets, the human medicine can easily be distinguished from the yokai medicine. However, defense, can you prove that the witness intentionally switched the medicine? Huh? Please wait a little longer, Your Honor. We just need a little more time. I'm sorry, but there is no more to give. I would like to bring this to a conclusion as soon as possible. As such, I will only give you 1 chance to make your case. She's too strict. Fine then, Your Honor. Here is my proof. It should be the filing cabinets, yeah? I fucking hate this game, man. Take me back to the ball game. I thought I had it. This is the 3rd try or die with Sanai. Yes, so you can distinguish the human medicines. She's too strict. Finally, here's my proof. Okay, let's try this again, chat. So it's not the medicine cabinets, but it is the medicine itself. Is it the delivery checklist? It was. To prove that the medicine was going out to certain people as to why it would be what? I'll get it. This is the medicine distribution checklist, is it not? The medicine that fell off the shelves Miss Sayoji struck was all meant for new customers in Ayante's consignment system. These new customers consisted of 2 humans and 1 yokai. Indeed, no objections from the witness, I presume. No, but I wonder if she will be able to prove my guilt with that evidence. Then if there are no objections, I will continue. The human medicine is wrapped in differently colored packets from the yokai medicine. That allows them to be easily identified at a glance, which means that, given these 3 customers, there should have been more packets of human medicine in the pink-colored packaging. Proceed. For her testimony, Miss Sayoji clearly knew that those shelves contained the medicine from Miss Fujiwara, Miss Kawashiro, and Miss Kochiya. If she did not, she would have been unable to return the medicines to the shelves, by accident or otherwise. Yes, I will agree to that. That means that she should have realized that the packets with the most common color contained the human medicine. Even if 1 pink colored packet fell out of sight, that would still leave them in the majority. I will be blunt. Miss Sayoji, you must have known the difference between the human and yokai medicines, which means that you could not have placed the wrong medicine on Miss Fujiwara's shelf by accident. Well, do I win? You win. I win. What? You are correct. I misplaced the medicine packets on purpose. I arranged them so Mocha would develop side effects from taking the yokai medicine. Why would you do something like that? There was no special reason. My powers of death had no effect on one who has consumed the Horai elixir, so I was merely looking through the medicine room for some other way. What the fuck? What's wrong with you? Not a chance tumble from that paperweight helped me strike up an idea. So this wasn't a premeditated crime. Calling it a crime is blowing it out of proportion. It was nothing more than a prank. That went way beyond a prank. Miss Fujiwara spent a whole night in a great deal of suffering. To an immortal, that doesn't amount to more than a twinkling of an eye. I would like to think such stimuli every now and again are beneficial for her kind. Is this what she's really like? She's always seemed so relaxed and easygoing, but now she's like a completely different person. There's a rumor that she's one of the major forces behind the Spring Snows incident, so there's a good chance that that's her genuine personality. See, that's the thing, is Aya doesn't really know about all the details of incidents because she wasn't there, and it seems like Reimu doesn't like discussing them with her, so all she has is rumors, unless she's actually involved in the incident herself, which she is in some of the games. But it's such a shame. I didn't think it would be exposed so easily. However, I never imagined my little prank would cause such a stir either, right, Yomu? Lady Yuyuko, no matter what you may think, you still went too far. But was it not even a little enjoyable? Not in the least! I offer my deepest apologies to all, and will make amends to the fullest extent of my ability hereafter. Must you always be so dramatic, Yomu? Come, now that I've finished testifying, let's return home. Being a witness worked up a considerable appetite. Be a dear and prepare dinner once we return, would you? But the trial is not over yet. I grant you permission to leave the courtroom on the condition that you return later to serve your sentence. See, we have the judge's permission, so we're leaving now. Please wait for me. I will follow shortly. I sincerely regret the trouble we have caused. If you will excuse us. Now that the witness has left the courtroom, I shall hand down my verdict. The defendant, Eren Yakogoro, is... Big Crust. Well, that kind of put a damper on things. All this mess just for it to turn out to be some sick idea of a prank. I can't believe this case boiled down to just a prank, bro. Fucking Yuyuko. And she still tried to pin the blame on Miss Yagokoro. I wonder if that would upset even her. Upset even who? Oh, there you are, Miss Yagokoro. Have you been released? Yes, I have. Saki also apologized for the mistaken arrest. Well, it's not like even a detective would have been able to see what happened as a prank. By the way, are you bothered in the least about being set up by Miss Saigyoji? Is there a reason why I would be? Nothing breaks this chick, really. I guess she's just that kind of person. Regardless, I have concluded my diary, so I shall now confer it upon you. Thank you very much. When I get this serialized in my newspaper, that should make the whole ordeal worthwhile. What's the matter, Aya? Excuse me, Miss Yakokoro. Yes, what is it? What's written in here? I've never seen this kind of lettering before. That's Luna script. I always write personal notes in my native language. Please write this like your medical records so I can read it. The medical records are a different matter, and asking me to rewrite it now is an impossible request. There shall be not any time for that. So you won't. You were of great assistance to me. If I am ever in trouble again, I will be sure to depend on you. I mean, can't you just ask Raisin? Raisin would know. I don't give two flaps about that. Just do something about your diary. I was counting on it to give you some scoop I needed. Why not start a diary of your own? Every time, it's the same old thing. Each case is just some prank gone wrong, and even though I win, I come up empty-handed. I've had just enough of this. Fantastic. New episode. Ooh. Ooh, what's the big meat next time? Chat. It's her. After finding Satori cursed with paralysis, Koishi has Oku arrested. But Orin knows better. She calls on Aya to get to the bottom of it all. Alright, so it's these four shitheads. So Satori is the victim, Koishi is the accuser, Oku is the accused, and Orin is hiring me. How the... Well, How the heck are they gonna write Koichi? Good idea, good question. But the reason Satori is the victim is because she would break the entire game. How do I prove you're lying? Satori just walks into the courtroom. Yeah, she's lying. What are you gonna do? Argue with her? She can read your fucking mind. So yeah, this is the only way you could include Satori in this game, is if she was the victim and she is unable to be a part of the trial in any capacity. Just like how Suika was put to sleep the whole time, Satori is paralyzed, so she cannot do anything. But yeah, this will be interesting to see. We get the underground crew. We get to see 4 new faces next time. I'm excited for that. And there's also a chance for other characters to show up too. Look forward to it, because I am.